like adapted from my grandmother's character. I never met her, like she died a long time ago, before I was born. But I've heard a lot about my grandma, and I think her story really wants to be told. So this is Ameena. Baba starts coughing again. I hurry to bring him some water. When he starts coughing like this, I know it always ends with him falling asleep on his blood-stained pillow. I head to the kitchen. I go down 5 steps into the basement. To my left, the pottery jar is in the far corner. I reach and look in it. Empty. I sigh. I have to get water from the well then. If only there was someone to help me fill the jar every morning. My hands are weak. I do not have enough strength to lift the bucket's weight when it's full. I climb up the 5 steps back to the small courtyard. The jar is in my hand. I go to the center, to the well. I will do it myself. But I can hear Baba's coughing becomes louder, more fierce. I hold the bucket between my feet. I hold the end of the rope and start wrapping it around my right hand 3 times and say, Bismillah. I peer over the edge of the well. The darkness down is more pitch black than the darkness around me. A cool breeze sneaks under my robe and I feel a pinch in my left leg. How deep this well goes, how far down. I cannot even see my reflection on the water. My long braid crawls from my back and drops, dangling as I lower the bucket. I will keep asking God for a kind angel to fill it for me someday. And someday, God will answer my prayer, and someday, this will be enough for tonight. I pour the water I have into the pottery jar. Suddenly, Baba's coughing stops. I let go of the rope snaking around my wrist and run back to him. I hand Baba a glass of cool autumn water, but it tastes all the same to him. He told me so, but I tell him it tastes like autumn anyway. He smiles for me, faintly, as he tries to clutch the glass more firmly. He won't drop it. He drinks in 3 sips, hands me back. He's trying to cover the blood with his sheets. I grab the white cloth from the table by his bed. I bend over his shoulders to seek his hidden head and start wiping the sweat. I start with his forehead. A year ago, his hair began falling, and I think all men go like this. But Baba still has got some hair left. I stare at the side of his face and his tired eye. The other side of his face is buried in the red part of the pillow. I open my mouth to say something, but I stop. I hold his head between my hands and turn his face towards me again. Now he can see the small spider in the right up corner of the ceiling again. I move the cloth over to the other side of his face, then behind his ears, near his neck and gently on his eyes. My chubby hands look like those of Shaheen's, don't you think? She's almost 60 now, but I don't mind my taps as she does. He giggles at my joke, and then cuts a bit. I turned 11 a year ago today. Baba was in bed long before winter was near. Shaheen made us sweets and gave me some cream for my hand. I use it in winter only. I still have some of it left in the treasure box under my bed. Today I turned 12. And Baba is still in bed. Baba, don't worry about the pillow. I know how to wash it all right now. He turns his eyes towards me. He doesn't say anything. I'll borrow some bleach and it will be as clean as you ever want it to be, okay? He doesn't answer. He nods. He smiles. I smile back at him and dip the cloth into the bowl again. I press the water out. I reach for his right hand and put it on my left leg and wipe.